because it's a way to show potential customers and current customers what a Mary Kay business would look like, what I do in everyday life. You meet people that you probably wouldn't have normally met either, which is super fun. I love that in my Mary Kay business, it allows me to buy things that I need and I don't have to depend on my parents for things that I want. I have my own savings account through the money that I make, which is super cool. I see my customers as friends. This is a relationship business. And so all of my customers, I have a relationship with them. I get to help them learn about their skin and know what's best for their skin. And I get to be a part of that story as well. I've found a community to belong to and people that build me up, not tear me down, which is such a blessing. And that has grown my confidence by leaps, and I am so thankful for Mary Kay. Mary Kay just fits my life because it has grown me as a person. It continues to grow with me, and it has grown friendships.
Yeah. All right. Welcome, everyone. Woohoo!
Yoo-hoo! Awesome! We have so many great people here. Can you guys hear us? See us? Yay! Awesome. Welcome to our July, you guys. It's July Cadillac Culture. We're so happy to have you all. So my name is Victoria Wall, and my job is to tell you what's going to happen today, okay? And then I'm going to, tell you my story and, introduce like our next speaker. So we are going to have 4 speakers tonight. So, so basically we do this event to share our Mary Kay stories with you. So 4 of us here, we are Mary Kay directors, and we represent probably around, I don't know, 400-500 women, in our units. And yeah, we are just going to share like why we love what we do. And hey, if it's something for you and you kind of like watching us and something would touch your heart, please let your person who invited you to this call know. So you kind of like, I don't know, like something. It's like, it did something to me, okay? We just share this opportunity. If it's for you, we would love to welcome you to our Mary Kay family. If you make a decision to join after this event, great. If not, that's okay, because guess what? Just being here, okay, so you can earn some stuff, some free products from us. So first of all, we are going to do basically 2 drawings, okay? So the first drawing would be at the end of our, event while we are all here on the Zoom call. So to earn those entries into that first drawing, you just need to comment, okay? Just put an emoji, say hello in the comments, like live comments in the chat, okay? So, and let's start with just, introducing yourself and tell us who invited you to this call, okay? So what's your consultant's name and why is she great, and what's your name? And so we will do a drawing at the very end of our event. And so the prize would be one of our new summer products, you guys. And this is like amazing body lotion with lavender and coconut scent. Super moisturizing, smells good, but it's like very gentle kind of scent. And we all love it, we all use it, and everybody would definitely benefit from it. So that would be the prize, okay, from all the live comments. So put in the comment who invited you, why your consultant is great, and say hello. Okay, and maybe where you join us from, like the state, right? Because I'm in Colorado, we are all in Colorado, not all of Colorado, I'm in Colorado, okay? So put in the chat. So the more comments you put, the greater chance that you would win this amazing product, okay? And we want to kind of like make this event interactive. So put questions. If this event would spark some questions, just put them in the comments. We will have a couple of minutes at the end to go through those questions and answer them. And so the second drawing we are going to do on Friday, you guys. And this drawing is only for our guests. So basically after this event, your consultant, the person who invited you to this event, will send you a link to the survey or some questions, to get just your feedback about the event. And we will be giving away secret words. This is important, okay? So you need to, it's part of the survey, right, Jessica? Yeah, so part of the survey, you need to put those 4 secret words that we are going to give you. So you need to stay till the very end. And I promise it's going to be fun. And that would get you the first drawing, the first entry into the big drawing for the grand prize. And the second drawing, you just, answer those couple of follow-up questions, okay, in the survey. And so the prize for the grand prize would be some more free products, okay? So it's kind of a basket with free products that we will mail to you or deliver to you. And those are the best from the best products. If you guys didn't know, we are #1 company in the whole entire world among all direct sales companies in skincare and color cosmetics categories. So you will get some amazing products, just saying, okay? So yeah, be active, put, questions, comment, and, let's make this event super fun, okay? So, and yeah, we like so super excited to have you. If you're joining us just to check us out, like what is this Mary Kay thing about? Maybe you've been a customer for a while. Maybe you just recently had a pampering session with your consultant, try some products. Maybe you have never tried the products. If you're one of those, put in the chat. It will get you like extra entry for the drawing. So yeah, so we are so excited to have you. Maybe you are here because your consultant asked you to help her, okay? So if you're one of those, maybe she's running after a huge goal, maybe a small goal, maybe a big goal, so you are helping her, and we so appreciate you guys for just doing that for your consultant. And yeah, if you're here to to earn some free products, here you have it. All of it, okay? So we're so super excited to welcome everybody. All right, so I will start with my story, and I said like we will have 3 more speakers. So my name is Victoria Wall, and I'm sales director with the company. I've been with the company, you guys, for 19 years. It's kind of crazy. 19 years. I'm originally from Belarus, which is like a very small country west of Russia, between Russia and Ukraine. And yeah, I joined Mary Kay after pampering session I had with my consultant. I fell in love with the product. I heard a little bit more about the company, just joined right away. I would say for fun and extra money and flexibility. I never thought I would be doing something like this. Seriously, 19 years later, never thought about it. But here I am. 19 years later, I moved to the United States like 9 years ago in August. That would be 9 years, crazy too. And I joined as a stay-at-home mom. Okay, so my daughter was 2 years old. I didn't want to like, commit to any full-time jobs. So I was looking for something maybe fun and, that can bring me some money. Yeah, and then, I've been working this business through different seasons of my life. I went through the divorce. I moved to Russia from Belarus, which is not far away, but it's a different country. I was consultant there, and I was a flight attendant full-time. That was kind of fun. And then 9 years ago I moved here, and now we have blended family. I have 2 stepsons, 13 and 15 years old. They're both in like football, crazy mama's life, right? If you're a mom with kids, put it in the comments, because moms are always busy. And the flexibility of this business through all those different seasons of my life, yeah, because that's one of the perks of this business. And that's why we have busy mamas in the company. We have grandmas, right? We have college students, because you can work as much or as little as you want, okay? And sprinkle this business around your life. You don't have to drop everything you're doing, just squeeze it here and there. And we teach time management, which is awesome. So yeah, the flexibility is awesome. And so what else about me? Well, we are earning our first pink Cadillac. How exciting is that? And so our event is called a Cadillac Culture, because we can earn cars, you guys. And a pink Cadillac is one of the cars we can earn. I'm currently driving Chevy Equinox. It's super fun. But something that I want to specifically talk about, maybe like you heard about Mary Kay, you tried the product, but you didn't know that we can earn diamonds, you guys. Okay, we can earn diamonds. And we just finished our seminar here in June, and I earned my 4th diamond ring. Okay, so I'm going to show you, like, this is one of the previous rings. Okay, diamond rings, real diamonds we're talking. Okay, pretty, and you can earn it. You don't need to buy it. Then I earned this one a couple of years ago. That was my first one. Yeah, it was a beautiful. What's the stone? I forgot. What's the name of it? But there are diamonds
Blue
around.
topaz.
Yes, topaz. Thank you, Maren. So this is my, one of my diamond rings as well. But the coolest part, so when you earn your diamond ring, you can choose if you want a real diamond ring or if you want a money option. Okay, so I chose 2 times. I chose diamond rings, and 2 times I chose money because I have my family back in Belarus, and so I want to go and see them more often. So those those money helped me to get tickets and and went to see my family a couple more times. So that's kind of cool. So you can choose, right? The same for the car. When you earn your car with the company, you can choose actual car, or you can choose money option, which is super fun too. So then, besides the diamond rings, and that's what we earn for personal sales, because we still, as directors, we still sell the product, because why not? We have amazing products and we make 50% from everything we sell. How cool is that? And of course, we've been using the products, I've been using Merkei for 19 years and loving it. So yeah, diamond rings we can earn for personal sales, but then we can earn a diamond bumblebees, you guys. Those bumblebees with real diamonds. Again, in them you can choose bumblebee with diamonds or money option as well, and that's for team building, for building your small organization. Okay, so that's kind of like those diamond things that I never thought I'm a diamond girl, like I didn't care about diamonds, I think. But then when you have it, it's like kind of cute. First of all. Second of all, for me it's more like I did it. Okay, so, and especially in Merkei world, when we go to Merkei events, like you see women like wearing all sorts of diamonds, and like, oh, that was the diamond ring like a couple of years ago, and that woman was working really hard to get it. So diamonds. So this is my story, and my secret word is diamonds. Okay, because we can earn diamonds in Merkei, or you can choose money option, and that's a little bit of my story. And I would like to introduce our next speaker. And so Marin is my newer friend. Okay, we just connected, I don't even know, 6 months ago.
The beginning of the year, yeah.
Yeah,
January.
so, and you guys, like, the coolest part, so Marin just became a Merkei sales director. She just debuted July 1st, you guys. So she's brand new, she's super fresh, brand new Merkei sales director, and she's adopted in my unit, and it was so much fun to see her running, being dedicated, working, overcoming obstacles and having fun with it. And we are so happy to have Marin in our director sisterhood, and welcome Marin. And she is our special guest today, and she is brand new director, and it's so exciting. And you see, like, she's wearing that very beautiful director jacket that she is so proud to be wearing for a week now. And yeah, Marin, take it away. So she's going to share a little bit about her journey to directorship, because this is one, again, you don't have to become a director if you don't want to, but that what directors, what we do, so we can earn cars, first of all, okay, as directors, and we still share the products and sell the products and make 50%, but then we work with our teams, okay, and we teach and train consultants how to do this business, how to do appointments. And yeah, so I've been director for 3 years, and it's been just the best years of my life. I met so many amazing women. I made so many amazing friends. And remember, I'm not from here. So all the friends like I've got for this 9 years living here, they all pretty much 90% came through Merkei. And especially when I became director, like, the director sisterhood is amazing. And we all of us, 3 of us actually, just came back from director lunch that we had today, and it was awesome. And Marin, congratulations! So excited to welcome you to our Merkei directorship, and take it away and tell us your story. Yay!
Thank you so much, Victoria. I appreciate you in more ways than I can say in the next few minutes, but So you know. Well, hi everyone. I'm Marin Eisenhart, and I am in Aurora, Colorado. It's a suburb of Denver. And yes, I just debuted as a sales director 8 days ago. And what a you know, wow, what a ride. So I wanted to share a little bit about my Mary Kay story. So first of all, I have only been in Mary Kay for 9 months. I personally signed my consultant agreement on September 30th of last year, 2024. And as of June 30th at about 11 o'clock at night, I became a director. So 9 months exactly to the day. So a little bit about me. I am a single divorced mom. I have an amazing 13-year-old boy. I have a teenager, and he's actually a quarter of an inch taller than me now. So I'm just dealing with that. But so I am almost 55 years old. I'll be 55 in about 4 weeks. And so here I am. I'm 54 years old and I started a new business. Why? How? What was in my mind there? So I was in my previous life, my previous corporate life, I was in mid-level, high-level leadership in high-tech companies. I was a director of technical support. I had employees around the globe, a couple hundred of them, all of that. And the high-tech industry, layoffs, 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 layoffs. And unfortunately, a year and a half ago, I experienced the end of my position at a company. And actually, that's happened to me 3 times throughout my whole career in about a 30-year period. So that was the third time I was laid off. And I was very successful, very good at what I do, but the business is the business, the finance is the finance. Sometimes they just have to downsize a little bit. So, excuse me. I was applying for jobs and interviewing for jobs for about 6 or 7 months. And then I'm like, I want stability, but like really stability. I mean, I was a director. I had so much writing on my team and in my responsibilities. I thought I had it all. I thought I had stability until I realized, nope, I don't. The only time I have stability is when I'm the boss, when I'm working for myself. I said, okay, I'm going to start my own business. I looked at a couple different companies. I looked at Mary Kay and another company, completely different industry. It was health and wellness products. And I was looking at the business model. So, because little Miss Corporate over here, I have to look at the business model. So when I saw that, first of all, I personally had been using Mary Kay for over 30 years. I had a consultant, was wearing the skincare, a lot of the makeup. So I know the products are really, really good. And same with this other company. And then I was looking at the business plan for Mary Kay and the marketing plan. Well, 50% profit margin is pretty much the highest profit margin that is out there for direct selling organizations. And all of the product accolades that Mary Kay has, third time in a row, for 3 years in a row, we've been voted #1 in skincare and color cosmetics in the world for direct selling organizations. So I personally love the products. I don't think I look 50, almost 55 years old. So to me, they really work, right? And, the profit margin was really great. And I'm like, okay, well, lipstick is $20, so it's $10. But the thing is everyone's going to use the lipstick and then they're going to buy more colors and then the skincare and then they're going to run out after a few months and people just reorder. And quite frankly, I love playing with skincare and makeup. I love being a froofy girl. And then, in fact, the gal who introduced me to Mary Kay is on this call, my dear friend Shannon. And thank you for that, my dear. And so I decided the marketing plan looked great. I know the products are absolutely fantastic, and I'm going to start. So I did. And like I said, that was 9 months ago, 9 months and 8 days ago, but who's counting? So I was really getting into it. I decided I'm going all in because this is my only job. This is my only career. This is my only source of income. And so I went all in. And my first full month, I shared the business opportunity with my best friend, and she she loves it. She buys products all the time, and she's a consultant as well. And so I caught the bug. What do I mean by the bug? So I mean the career path opportunity here with Mary Kay. One of the things that we say is you have the ability to promote yourself and climb the corporate ladder, so to speak, whenever you want. And so that's what I did. I became a senior consultant my first full month, and then just more and more and more. And then by the end of March, I had 8 consultants on my team. They were all active. And what we mean by active is they're selling the products and they're placing wholesale orders with the company and such. And then I decided I am going for it. I said, Victoria, I'm going for it. And she goes, yay. So what I meant by going for it is I wanted to wear the pink director suit. I wanted to become a director. And I remember I was a director in corporate America for several years, and I was used to that level of income and that level of influence and that level of positive impact in people's lives. And working for technology companies, we're really limited. When I was there, I was really limited as far as how I can impact the life of another human being. And so when I started here and I realized, yep, I want to be a director, I set my goal to qualify for a director position in 3 months. Now the company gives us up to 4 months to qualify as a sales director, but I decided I wanted to do it in 3 months because gosh darn it, why not? It's a bigger challenge, so I took it on. And speaking of challenges, ooh, I don't know about you, but if I'm up to something big, God, the universe, life, whatever it is that you believe in, will always serve up every obstacle I can think of or every challenge I can think of. And let me tell you, I met them and I put on my determination suit and I said, okay, I'm going to get it. I'm going to keep going. Um, my mother, who by the way is 81 years old and she's also a Mary Kay consultant. She has everyone in the retirement home looking and feeling fabulous. So the first half of my qualification period, my mom ended up in the hospital for a month. She had all sorts of complications, and I'm not going to go into that, but she was in the hospital for a month. And I'm the only sibling or the only child of my mom that's here in the Denver area. My sister lives in Arizona, my brother's in California. So I'm here. And so I was at the hospital almost every day. There were other Mary Kay consultants that called her, that came and visited her in the hospital. My 2 siblings did come in and spend some time with her, but she is my everything. We have this thing that we say, I am you and you are me. So my mom and I are like 2 peas in a pod, super close. And so when she was in the hospital, it was rough. But I also know that my mom and my father, who passed away 2 years ago, that they always have been my biggest supporters. You can do it. Yes, you can. Make a goal. You can get there. And so mom was in the hospital, and the hospital was a half-hour drive away from my home. I don't care. I'm going to see her. And I'm sitting at a red light texting a customer, or I'm sitting in the waiting room at the hospital waiting for my mom to finish a procedure, and I'm texting a new consultant, or I'm inviting people, to join us in this event in the Cadillac culture, or to a facial or what have you. So I just kept going. And then I decided to rent out my house, and we moved right at the end of June, which is right when I finished my director qualifications. And so mom was in the hospital for a week and then helping her through her rehabilitation. We moved and rented out our house. And, so that was everything. Even though I only moved 5 minutes away from the house that I own, a move is a move. You have to clear out absolutely everything in the house. I also have been challenged with some of my own medical challenges. I have a knee, I affectionately call it my old lady knee. It has been severely injured because I trained in Taekwondo in my late 40s and early 50s, and that wreaked some havoc on my body. So I it's not fun. I'm in pain a lot, and it limits where I can go and how I walk and everything. But you know what? I'm determined. I was so determined. I can recall calling Victoria or calling Susan, who is my actual senior director, and just crying on the phone, going, I don't know if I can do it. And this pink jacket sisterhood wrapped me up in their arms and their love, and I still went for it. We added 10 people to our team in the last 2 weeks of June, and we finished our director qualifications. And 10:30 at night, outside in the middle of nowhere at a 7-Eleven, I was on the phone with Victoria and Susan, screaming and crying, and people were looking at me like I'm crazy. I'm like, I just director. So here's the thing, determination. It doesn't matter what came up in front of me, what I call God or the universe placed in front of me, because I made a really big goal and I did it. And I am welcoming in the largest commission check that I've ever seen in my Mary Kay career. We get paid on the 15th, our love checks, as we call them. And I can't wait to build up my next huge check as a Mary Kay director. So again, the career path is laid out in front of us, and when we choose to promote ourselves, we do it. I can't tell you how many times I was passed up for a promotion in my corporate life. Can't tell you how many times I got a measly old like 1.5% salary increase. I can't tell you how many times I was like, oh, well, I wish I could get a recognition for doing the great job that I did. All of that is here at Mary Kay. And so for me, it was, I found this phenomenal opportunity with great products, phenomenal people. The sisterhood is amazing. And, I made a really big goal, and I was determined to get there, regardless of what came up in front of me. And you know what? That is my big why. That's why I do this, to show my 13-year-old son, who's now taller than me, but to show my 13-year-old son that anything is possible. Yes, Yvette, you're chatting persistence. Absolutely. Life happens. Absolutely. It's just making that goal and having the determination to do it. And so my secret word for today is determination. So thank you so much. And Victoria, who are we passing it to next? Jessica?
Yeah.
All right, awesome.
All
Jessica, I
right.
love you, and it's your turn. Thank you.
Woohoo! Oh my gosh, don't you guys just love hearing Marion's story? I love that she is, well, her and Victoria and everyone that I've, met recently, the just no excuses kind of girl, right? Victoria talked about that, just overcoming these overcoming objections, overcoming things that are going on in her life. Marion's done that too, just no excuses kind of girl. So I love that. And Marion's been in the background the last couple Cadillac culture events, and she's been cheering us on, and she's like, yes, 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 and she's always just like popping in and so excited. So I'm so excited, Marin, to have you actually in with us in the pink suit group. So fun. And did you guys like how she talks about that? This company has just so many choices. We have this platter of choices, and you can decide, sure, I'll take that and move on up the career ladder. Sure, I'll take that, stay right where I am. Oh, sure, I'll take that. And so there's so many choices that we get, and I got to hear a lot of that in your story too. So I love that. A couple of things. The chat was not working there for a while. Thank you, Mia, for helping save the day and help me figure out how to redo the chat. Also, if you guys could keep yourselves on mute, I'm trying to mute people as they come in. Sorry. So the chat was not working there for a minute. It is back on. Also, it's somehow letting you guys private message me instead of putting in the comments, or putting in the main one. So I'm seeing those come across. I'm behind the scenes technology over here today. And so if you're commenting, I'm seeing it. It just may not be going into the main room. So many comments. I'm just like, going like trying to catch up with you guys, so fun. And I will get all the rest of the comments that are coming in now because I see there's like 10 already in the chat, so fun. So every time you comment who invited you, comment any questions, be our hype girl over here. So many of you are already doing that as our as our people are talking, you're commenting and cheering us on. So keep those comments coming and we'll get them into the giveaway for the lotion. Thank you, Victoria. Love it. Okay, awesome. Well, I am Jessica Harvey. I have been in Mary Kay for 16 years. I've been a sales director with Mary Kay for 7 years. I just got the email saying, congratulations, you've been a sales director for 7 years. I'm like, how on earth is it 7 years? I feel like it was just yesterday that I became a director, but it is so fun. I just love this business. I am in Littleton, Colorado. I've loved everything about Mary Kay. So how did I get started in Mary Kay? Well, I just went to Kansas to go be my friend's date for his brother's wedding. I always say it weird. And so went there, had no idea about Mary Kay. He said, hey, come on over, try these products. My mom wants you to try some of these products. I was like, okay, this is weird. I had no idea what anything was. I put the products on my face and my skin never felt more amazing in my life. And I was like, oh my gosh, I want to buy everything. I was a college student. I had just graduated college. I had not a dollar to my name. And so my friend Tim said, hey, give this a try. It was only $100 then. It hasn't gone up much now. I'm going to show you guys some deals at the end, but he said, give it a try. And if in a year it doesn't work for you, I'll give you $100 and you don't have to do this again. Well, fast forward to like 10 years later, or maybe 7 years later or something. I was cleaning out my room that was living with my parents, cleaning out, and I found that check. And I was like, Tim, I'm so glad that you told me about this business because it has 100% changed my life. So, you know, this business has just done so many things, just like Victoria and Marion talked about, but I was able to, you know, I didn't have a dollar to my name, an extra dollar. I'm an elementary school teacher, so I didn't have a lot of extra money. And so I had exactly the amount of money that I needed to pay for my rent and my Excel bill and my whatever the bills are. I can't even, I don't know. It's like I had just that. And so then it was just like there was not enough there was not enough money, right, for the month that we had. And so by the 20th or whatever day, you just ran out of money and you just were like, I can't go anywhere. I can't do anything. Like, I don't get paid again until the 1st. Like, what am I supposed to do? And so there's so many times when I was like, no, I can't go to that concert. No, I can't go out to dinner. No, I can't do this, that, and that. And so it was just like, gosh, there's got to be something more. And then I remembered, oh yeah, I'm a Mary Kay consultant. So I didn't really do it too much there for a while. And then one day I called my director and I was like, okay, tell me more about this Mary Kay thing. Because right when I got started, I was super pumped. I had a party. My mom had a party for me. My mom's on here right now. Thanks, Mom. My mom had a party for me. She had all her friends. Those people had a party. They had all those friends. And then I got hired as a 6th grade teacher, and I still don't want to be around 6th graders. They're not my favorite age group. I like 3rd grade and 2nd grade, and then everything else is like, so I got hired as a 6th grade teacher. I kind of put everything on hold. Then I got to go into 3rd grade, teach 3rd grade, and I was like, okay, this is a little bit better, but I really wasn't working my business too much once I kind of gotten over that hump. And so once I called my director, she probably like almost Peter Pans, and she was like, oh my gosh, you're calling me, let's do this. And so I got really restarted back in Mary Kay, and I just was like, you know what, this is it. I am going to pamper some faces. I'm going to just like pamper some faces, share this career opportunity. I'm going to track some numbers. And the greatest thing about Mary Kay is when we go to work, it's not like, oh my gosh, I'm going to lift all this heavy stuff and do all the stuff, or I'm going to be crying or sweating or any of that. It was just, let me see who I can pamper. And so I would go to all the teachers. Who wants to be pampered? I would love to pamper you. I would go to all my family members. I was driving everywhere, just pampering everyone. And I just had this goal of, you know what, time to pamper the world. Everyone needs to try these products. Everyone needs to feel amazing. Everyone needs these products. And so I was just on a mission to pamper people, share the career opportunity, all of that. And then I just kept working. The one thing I was always consistent. Once I restarted my business, I was consistent. And still till then, I am consistent. And then in 2018, we actually became our own unit. So I can't believe that's 7 years ago. But we earned our first car, which is a Chevy Cruze. Oh my gosh, you guys, we were just having or Malibu, I don't know which one it was. We were just having so much fun. I could not believe that pampering people, sharing the business opportunity, people were saying yes to joining my team. And I was like, oh my gosh, this is so fun. This is so fun. I was making extra money. Now there was enough money for the month. I was getting extra money whenever I wanted to. I didn't have to wait for the first of the month. And so all that was coming in. Then, so we became our own unit. We earned our car in that same month. We were just working our business. 2020, I opened a studio in 2019. 2020, we earned our second car, the Equinox. 2022, we earned our third free car, the Chevy Cruze. I can't remember what all the cars are by now. 2023 in December, we earned, just this recent December, no, not 2023, 2024 in December, we just earned our Chevy Trax. And then I thought, you know what, in January, I'm ready to run for that Cadillac. And so we didn't hit the Cadillac yet, but we just hit the Chevy Equinox and got to pick up our fifth free car any day now, just so fun. And now my team and I are working towards our Cadillac. So my secret word tonight is fun. You guys, everything about this business is fun. Wearing this pink suit, oh, it's so fun. Wearing a dress every day. Gosh, I love the dress. Oh, the diamond. Who gets to have these honking diamonds on our fingers, right? We get to have diamond rings. Oh my gosh. Victoria's got hers, I've got mine. It is so much fun. Like she said, we had our director meeting today. That was so fun. We're with like 50 people. We get to hang out and just hang out with everybody, and it's so fun. So my secret word is fun, and we just talked about if you're not having fun in Mary Kay, what are you even doing? So let's get out there and pamper some people and have some fun, right? I'm excited to introduce you guys to my new friend that I've gotten to know through this experience. I think she's in here, but a different name. Okay, yes, I see you now. My friend Lene, she lives in California. I got to meet her through another friend, and I've just loved to hear her story. She really talks about legacy. She really, has been there with Mary Kay herself, Mary Kay Ash herself, and has just really trained from her. And I'm excited to give it away to Miss Lene, and I will change your name in a second.
Okay. Oh, that rhymed. Give away to Miss Lynette. Okay. All right. So you can hear me okay?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, well, congratulations to the new director. Is it Marianne? Am I saying it right? Hopefully I'm saying that right. Yeah. So
It's Marin, like Sharon. Yes.
Oh, Sharon. Okay. Well, congratulations. I know. So yeah, so always when there's a new director and I get to hear her story. And it's funny because it's like after COVID and stuff, it's more exciting now to hear the new directors and stuff because it's like I don't hear them as often or something, it's because things changed, but it just always brings back memory to DIQ. When you go into DIQ, you'll always remember DIQ. It's something you always remember. It's because it's so life-changing and you learn so much. Oh my gosh. But you reminded me, because there's some things you don't forget, even if you get older, because I'm 69, I'm gonna be 70 on my next birthday. I can't believe it. Okay, and I'm just getting warmed up. But so, and things have changed, but I can tell you, Mary Kay is the most solid company you'll ever find in direct sales. It's kind of sad because they clump all direct sales together. And we're to kind of do everything the reverse of everybody else. And we've lasted, we've 63 years, going on 63 years now. And then the last 3 years, #1 in the world. And Mary Kay, she did, I don't know how many times when she spoke, she said, someday we'll be #1 in the world. Someday we'll be #1 in the world. So when we became #1 in the world, the same time her grandson became CEO, she's singing from heaven, I'm sure. So, and yes, I was blessed. So Mary Kay, she was there. And it's so and she was so approachable, especially when you went to your DIQ training, she was right there. And there was no germs back then. So she'd either take your face or your hands and you'd look you in the eye, but she gave you all of her attention. She was just really, and you're like, just
don't even know what to say. But the one thing about she is such a true legacy though, because I feel like I know her better today, and she passed away in 2001 than I did when I had her in person. So get to know who she was, you know, read her books, listen to her speeches and everything, because everything she said that back then applies to today, even more so today, because she was so right about everything. Right about everything. I'm not kidding you guys. So she's just somebody that I want my kids to know about. She's a great American at my kids, where they went to school down to the elementary all the way through high school. People have to write a report on Great American. Mary Kay is one of those. So I was so excited when I got to do that, because at first, when I started selling Mary Kay, you know, at church, I got, you know, some of those little judgy Christians, you know, she's not home with her kids, she's out partying, you know. No, 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 no. And then one day, one of the math teacher came up, can you give me some more information on Mary Kay? And I go, and Mary Kay had just passed away. And so did I bring him information? I brought him so much information when he got that and looked at it all. And he said, you know, she's better than most people we have on the list. And so that gives me great joy, great joy. And then especially the smaller grades would have to dress up as their great American. And so you'd have all these little Mary Kays running around. So I just love it. And that's, you know, my kids are grown now, but they still do it. And I'll get a call every year. Do you have any information you can give me on Mary Kay? My daughter has to do a report. Do you have something she can wear? And of course I do. Of course I do, right? So I just love that. That's legacy. It keeps going and going and going. And so get to know the woman, because then when she wanted us to have it all. You know, she was all about the abundant life, but in the Christian perspective. She didn't want us to get confused with the world had to offer. She wanted you to become everything that God created you to be. And she really meant it. And so she was just so amazing. And so so that right there with, I mean, I don't know how to do anything else but Mary Kay, because I haven't had a job since I was in my early 20s. And I was a flight attendant, but it was back when they still called them stewardesses. We were just right in transition. Okay, so we'll have to compare stories sometimes, but Mary Kay is so much better, you guys, so much better. Okay, and so, but some of the perks are phenomenal. I didn't start for the perks. I started because my husband got laid up from his job, and because I didn't want to work, I wanted to, I wanted to be with my children. I wanted to do that. I was positive I wanted to do that. I told him I'm married and I'm not working. I'm having babies, because we had three, had them close together. And then he gets laid off, and he's a carpenter, and there's no building going on. You can even give away a house. And so I'm like, oh, great, you know, because the schools mishandled the money. So, hey, history hasn't changed too much for that. But he ends up being laid off for 2.5 years. So that's a long time for a family of 5. But I had pretty good faith, because, you know, me and my kids, our life was church. That's what our life. We were there Sunday morning, Sunday night, Wednesday night. And then, but then it was getting kind of stressful, because, you know, I thought, God, he's got to do something. And then, no, I guess I have to do something, because he couldn't find work. And so I started Mary Kay at the 2-year point. So I had plenty of debt. You want to talk about debt? Mary Kay brought me out of that. My business bought my business. So nobody can tell me the business doesn't work. It works if you work. But when I started, I didn't have that big, huge picture. It gave me hope. It gave me hope that I could get some bills paid. Okay. And we're all married to different kind of husbands and stuff. And God gave me mine, and I love him. We're very opposite, but and he would just give me his check when he was working. I'd pay the bills, not a lot left, but we knew that. And then I started Mary Kay. I said, okay, I'm defrosting our credit card, and I'm going to start this business. Do you want to know how much I'm going to put on it? And I'll always remember. He said, no, you don't want to know. Woohoo. And he didn't want to stress out. Then I started making money when I know everything. I go, no, that's not fair, you know. So you know, Mary Kay is so much about the husbands being supportive. You know, has classes for the husband, still has classes for the husband. So we're all in different situations, but God's got a strategy and a plan for everybody, because everybody's in different situations. So never compare, just embrace it, and, you know, and go for it. So yeah, so and we talk about the Cadillac. I love the cars are great. I live in California. It is ridiculously expensive. Mary Kay taught me early on, just God's economy, just don't pay attention. Just don't pay to just work. Okay. And so it is crazy. You know what my sales tax is here? 11.25. That's like a sin. Okay. That is ridiculous. But whatever. But I am grateful though, because I rather change instead of move. So some of us got to stay, right? And so, but I can tell you, I appreciate the car program more than ever. So when you get a Cadillac at Mary Kay, and I've been in the Cadillac most of my career, I followed the career path just like Mary Kay said. Imagine that. Read, squirt, smile, And I started it with the first car was a Grand Am, then I went to a Grand Prix. I earned my Cadillac while I was in my Grand Prix. And back then the Grand Prix was pink too. And then I went right into my Cadillac. And I liked that Grand Prix. It was one of the sporty one because I didn't like the Grand Prix before that. But anyway, then I got in the Cadillac and been in the Cadillac ever since. So my husband's spoiled. We're all spoiled having a nice ride. But when they pay the taxes, license, registration, and here the registration is ridiculous. This, it is, and sales tax ridiculous. Everything's ridiculous. So I do appreciate having a Mary Kay car and not having car payments like for 30 years. So, but a Mary Kay going on 32 years. But the Cadillac's a legacy, right? I mean, it's got to be close to 60 years now with the Cadillac program. So Mary Kay knew what she was doing, even though the men were telling her not to do it. She learned really early. We're different. We're different than the guys. It's okay. We can be different from the guys, right? Yeah. So, and then I remember my first director paycheck, just because it always remember it when there's a new director. There's a new director. And there's just something about that first director check. It probably wouldn't matter if it was $1 or $10,000. It was your first check. Okay. So, but I was a little prideful because I was kind of like, you kind of like to show off for my husband, like, see, you got a good catch. You got me, right? Look what I did, we picked up that first car. And then when I got that first director check, it was, it was a long time ago, but so it was in November of 95. And we were in the middle of the recession here. And specifically where I lived, Antelope Valley was foreclosure capital of the whole United States. And so we had this saying here, we might have been losing our houses, but we look good. But my director check was $3,000. It didn't count my Grand Am and it didn't count my sales. And that was what my husband's salary was back then at being a carpenter. So the business works, and it don't matter what the economy is doing. It doesn't matter what anything is doing. It just matters what you're doing, right? And it's basically the same as always. Only now that we've got the internet of that, you can be a Cadillac sales director because I had to use Pam. She's here. I had to use her be on here because I couldn't get mine to come up. So what's with that? Oh, this technology is so frustrating. But anyway, I'm glad I still got to share. And my word is seminar because we are going to seminar. And I remember my first seminar. And you go, you show up, you go up, and you get what you need to get when you need to get it if you show up. And I can promise you that. So have a good night.
Yay, awesome. Thank you, Lene. That was so awesome. I'm going to bring everyone back on the screen real quick. But if you guys heard anything today that you're like, wow, gosh, something just sparked in me. There's different ways of how you can get started in Mary Kay, which I'm going to share my screen right now. But as I'm doing that, I want you guys to think of some questions, guests and consultants, think of some questions that you thought of tonight that you really would like to know a little bit more. And then these ladies will help me answer some questions for you guys. So I'm going to share my screen real quick. Oh, not the wheel yet. Keep those coming. So if you heard something that's like, well, maybe I just want to give this a shot. Right now, it is a killer deal. When I got started 16 years ago, it was $100, and now it's $125, which is insane. It should probably be $1 million by now. But thank you, Mary Kay, for keeping it the same, right? And we actually get more in our kit now than we did 16 years ago. And the bag is designer. It used to be just like a huge thing that we would carry around that was very large. So for $125 right now, you get $400 worth of full retail products. So you get your bag, which by itself is $50 value, so you can't go wrong with the bag. You get 4 mirrors and trays. You get a skincare set, one for dry skin, one for oily skin, makeup remover, all the shades of the CC cream, your charcoal mask, microdermabrasion. Oh my gosh, I could just go for days. But everything to do a skincare class and everything to do a color class. You get some samples now, a little less samples now, but you still get all of that. So for $400 worth of products, it's only $125. Plus, you get all the digital resources. You get your website for a year, you get ProPay, which is how we take cards, and you get a little sample kit. So you get everything from the $125 deal and everything from the $35 all together for $125. And if you're like, you know what, I'm not really ready to get the whole kit and everything, you can get started for $35, and then you have 15 days to upgrade to the kit. So there's lots of different options for you with the eStart Pro and the eStart. So in the comments, let us know what questions you have, and anybody else, Victoria, Lene, and Marin, feel free to chime in about anything else I forgot. So let's see. I see those keywords coming in. Okay, Shani said, she said, would training be available? I'm gonna give that one to Marin since she's a brand new director. Tell us about training.
Absolutely. There's training available everywhere. So, first of all, your consultant who invited you tonight, depending on her experience with Mary Kay, if she's been in for a couple of days or been in for a couple of years, she'll be able to train you. But also your sales director, whether it's me, Victoria, Jessica, or Lene, your sales director will provide training to you, as well as a tremendous amount of training that's on our consultant website. It's kind of like our intranet. And so there's lots and lots of training available to everyone. So yes, absolutely. Thanks, Shanice, for the question.
Yes, good question. All right, we have another one. I am new to Mary Kay and I have interest. However, I'm not very outgoing and connecting people. How could someone like me be successful? I'm going to take that one. I used to be the most shy person in the whole world. My mom's on here now. I would even be afraid to call my grandma on the phone. And still, I don't really love when my phone rings. So if you call me, I probably will call you back because I go, ah! Every time my phone rings. Victoria and I were talking about someone called us and someone called her and she's like, oh, I'm in trouble. We're not in trouble. We're just not used to certain people calling us. But anyways, so I was terrified. So you can start with just one-on-one. You can just pamper your mom first, then pamper your sister, and then pamper your cousin. And you can just start with your circle. And then when you're ready, then you can start meeting more people. And so we teach you how to partner with local businesses. We teach you how to work outside your goal, outside your area. But you get to decide what's good for you. So if you're like, gosh, I never want to work outside my family and friends, that's totally fine. Or you just want to pamper one person at a time, that's fine too. So you get to decide everything about your business, which is great. So it doesn't matter if you're shy or not. So good question there. Another question is, what if a guest doesn't upgrade the kit? Victoria, will you take that one? If they just got started with the $35 deal and they don't upgrade, I'll have you answer that one.
Well, I mean, if you want to sell the products and make money, I would recommend that because, everything comes into that starter kit that you need to do appointments. Okay. And you can write it off for taxes. Guess what? Because it's your business expense. So you have everything, you can purchase all those products, even later if you kind of like not sure if you want to do appointments or not. You can get all those supplies later. It's just like you will pay a little bit more, so it's a great deal if you kind of like, and if you don't know where you want to go with this, because it's kind of like, it's a buffet for you. When you join Mary Kay, there are diamonds, shiny things, free cars, a little bit of money, a lot of money, recognition, trips, like if you don't know like what we do as directors, we have new consultant orientation with each consultant who comes on board, because our job is to help women to go where you want to go. So we are here in these positions, we are assigned to this position to help you to get where you want to be. Okay, we're holding your hand, we will have a conversation, we help you to customize this business for you. Okay, you don't want diamonds, you want just a little bit of like fun money for your nails and hair. Yes, we will be working with that to get you there. Okay, maybe you don't see this picture at the beginning. I didn't see. I joined like for $100 extra a month. That's how I joined. I never thought about cars, I never thought about like directorship or crazy things. So yeah, that's why we work individually with each consultant who comes on board. We will take you where you want to be, and we will help you to figure it out where you want to be, because again, it's just so many things available for you. So did I answer?
Yes, I love that.
Yeah.
I love that. And we'll do one more question. And I see some other ones coming in. We'll answer those for you guys. Last question. How do we stay encouraged for ourselves during our the Mary Kay process? Lene, can you take that one? I don't know if you're still there.
Yes. Yes. Okay. Say that again.
How do you stay encouraged during our Mary Kay process?
How would I say? Well, I think if you show up, you'll stay. It's because it's like just like your weekly meetings. It's like those who show up, really, it's true. You go up. So get there, do whatever you can to get there, no matter how you feel. Okay, because then you'll be glad you did, and you'll feel better for sure. Because you can't, we all have to be self-disciplined to do this business, and nobody's going to make you do it. Okay. So, but I promise you, if you just show up, you'll be glad. And when you start having good habits, I don't think about whether I'm having my meeting or not. It's just I have my meeting. You know what I mean? So if you a good habit, it's like nobody's going to force you to go to church either. But I go every Sunday, right? You know what I'm saying? Because you're doing this for you. Or call somebody who's positive, or call your director. We always say, "Wind up, don't wind down." Never rain on somebody else's parade, but you can call your director. Okay.
Yes, I love
Yeah,
that.
so just being plugged in, because once you learn what real servant leadership is, you will take the focus off how you feel, or you'll remember, okay, I don't like the way I'm feeling, but you watch, you go do a face that day or facial, you'll feel better because you gave, right? You get to your meeting, somebody needs you at that meeting. Great, nothing was done great without other people, so you're in business for yourself, so you're not alone, but you do, so just show up, just be faithful, and the rest kind of, happens.
Love it. Thank you, Lene. I love that. And Victoria, did you want to add to that?
Yeah, I just want to add really quick. So yeah, I like Lene, you mentioned, so you're in this business for yourself, but not by yourself. You have support system. You have your mentors, you have your team who like cheering you on. But also what we help again as leaders in the company, and it happens pretty much at that new consultant orientation, we help you to find your why. For me, my why, well, I joined for some fun and kind of, extra cash. But then when I dig deep, like my why I stayed for so long, for like 19 years, it's my daughter. As Marin mentions, like I wanted her to see me, like learn, from me, like, because she's seen me and Mary Kay in different seasons of our life. And yeah, she always, like, she's turning 21, it's kind of crazy story, but she's like, Mom, like you have been such a great example for me, you know what I mean? And we just talked about it at the director meeting as well, like your kids are watching you. And for me, like my why is my family and my daughter specifically. Okay, so we help you to find your why. For Lene, it was money. She needed to provide for her family, period. Okay, Jessica, what was your why when you joined?
I think
It
money.
would change, like it's just you join for a little bit, like money, fun, but then it's like, if you think about it, it's like, why am I doing this? And we help women to find this why. Yeah. Jessica, what about you?
I love that. Yes. Yes, the money for sure. And then it turned into fun and empowering and all those things. So I love that. And the last question we have is, what if you don't do well in selling or don't make money for a while? What would happen? The greatest thing is there's no quotas. You're in charge of your own business. So you get to decide. You can literally, I've had seasons where I've just got my products at half off. I've had seasons where I've made lots of extra money. And so you get to decide. There's no requirement. You are your own boss, like Marion talked about and Lene talked about. Well, all of us kind of talked about that. You get to be your own boss. You don't get to have any rules with that. So I love that.
Yeah, like worst case scenario, you'll be using products with 50% off and have amazing skin.
Yes, like
Best
all
case
of us.
scenario, you can go as far as your imagination can take you in this business.
Yes.
So, yeah.
All right. Well, we're out of time, so I'm going to share my screen. We had so many entries into the drawing. Oh my gosh, you guys, I couldn't even barely keep up. And look at how many names are on here. You can't even see the whole thing. So here we go.
Woo-hoo-hoo. Is the music?
Oh, there's no music. I'll do. All right, Mia! Woohoo! All right, awesome. So Mia is my new consultant. Woo woo! And she helps us with the chat feature. So good. That was awesome because the chat feature was not working there for a while. Who knew? Zoom did an upgrade. So yay, Mia! You get to the lavender and coconut body lotion. Awesome. All of you guys, we will send you. Yes, text us your 3 keywords that you heard, or your 4 keywords. Sorry, that you heard from tonight. 4 keywords. And then we will send you a Google Sheet, or we'll ask you some questions so that we can get you in the drawing. All right, you guys, thank you so much. Have such a great night.
Awesome.
Bye,
Bye everybody.
Thanks, everyone.
And
Bye.
happy July. Woo-hoo.